All right, we are celebrating today. This is Tom Loegering, and I am so honored to introduce Tom, and a remarkable human being, um, and the author of this magnificent book. Whoop, get it over here. Are you headed for retirement crisis? No savings, no plans, no problem. If you start now, this is a workbook, and it is really interesting because Tom, you've published with me before, and this is kind of an upgrade from that book. Um,
Yes,
why did
it's
why did you decide to make an upgrade on success or failure? The choice is yours.
well, the real problem is I'm trying to hone in on people of all ages. And what was happening is people thought that was just for young people, success or failure. That's what because I work with kids, I've introduced 52,000 kids to golf in their schools, and they think, oh, well, he's just addressing this to young people. No, it's the fact that today there's approximately 49% of people over 50 have nothing saved for retirement. And these are hardworking Americans in the richest country in the world. And they're looking at retirement and it's a blank space. They have nothing. And that's why this is so important that they actually understand. Yes, it would be better if you started when you were younger. You would get benefits of compound interest. And in a lot of times, I try to when I'm talking to people and they don't really get it, I ask them, would you rather I give you $100,000 today in cash, or would you like to have one penny that doubles every day for 30 days? And they 90% of the people take the 100,000 in cash. Sorry, you miss millions. And it's all the thing about compound interest. It's doubling a penny is not large, but when you get out at the end and you're doubling $1 million and you still got 5 days left, it's not just $5 million.
Right.
It's
There's so
1 million goes to 2, goes to 4, goes to 8, goes to 16, and it's in 5 days. That's what compound interest does for you. So you must start as soon as possible.
mm,
You have nothing saved. I'm trying to say you won't have as much, but you have to adjust your lifestyle to equal your actually what the outcome that you want to have, because people are reaching 60. I'm 87. I have what I want. My kids are set up okay. I think better than most kids. And it's not anything more than they started younger. Did they all make mistakes younger? Yes.
we all
But
do.
did they? Yeah, but that's how you learn. And I try to teach them failure is not bad as long as you learn from it. And it's the next step. What do I do in the next step? I'm going to fail fast and analyze what's happening to me and how I fix it. And that's really what life is about, moving forward, making a mistake, own it. And what I try to tell people, that's why I teach golf. Golf is like life. It's you make a plan, you execute. You want the ball to go in the center of the fairway, it goes in a lake. Who caused it? Was it the club? Was it the ball? No, it was me. And so then I did it, so I own it now. And then I look at it and say, well, how can I fix that? What I made a plan, it wasn't right. What did I do wrong in my plan? And then you go to the next step. What corrections can I make? You make the corrections and you repeat. That's how hard life is. It's just make a plan, execute, analyze, make corrections, and repeat and move forward. The quicker we do that, the better off we are.
Absolutely. So you've done some really remarkable things in our world, and you have such a passion. At 87 years young, you shine by example to so many of us. You're the owner of Sun City Country Club. You know, you and you
It's a
work you
yeah, it's a family business. Yes.
and um, I was on your website the other day for the golf programs in school, and it said 50,000. Just a few minutes ago, you said 52,000 young people that
Yeah.
you've been able to work with to or in your into your program to learn golf. There's a passion behind that, and
Yes.
um, I think understanding as you teach them, as in your program, you teach them a lot of life skills and also give them opportunities for some really big things. So let's talk about that just a little bit, just because I know you're passionate with this.
Well, yes, I am. That's my retirement is what you can give back. And I found out in life, true happiness is not accumulation of wealth, because I've accumulated a lot and I've lost a lot, and you just learn from those things in your life. The ultimate idea with the kids is to I want to impart some information I do not think is being taught, and that's that take personal responsibility. What I even say to the kids is things like, if you're in class and you're not getting the grades that you want, you're getting C's and D's, and you think it should be better. Whose fault is it? Is it the teacher's fault? Is it the book's fault because it didn't give you the information? Or is it your fault? If you look in the mirror, you will find the person that's holding you back for everything that's in your life. Not bad parents, not bad this, not bad that. It's I'm not taking responsibility. Once I take responsibility, I make a plan to how do I correct my life? How do I fix what I'm doing? And I don't think people are telling kids that. I don't preach and belabor it. I just impart the information and try to show by example that I'm 87 and I'm still competitive in a sport that there are people my age and older that still play golf, but I play at a higher level than some of the people. 2 months ago, I shot at 80.
Oh,
So that's everybody tries to shoot and I don't do that all the time. So I mean, I'm just saying I got very focused one day and I shot at 80. So that's 7 years under my age. In golf, most people want to shoot their age, and that's a day that you remember your whole life when you do that. Well, if you get old enough, it's not that hard. But the point of it is that working with kids is so rewarding. And so what I do is my program, and that's what the book proceeds go for, is this program. But what I'm doing is I'm introducing them to a game that can be played for a lifetime. I'm one of the few people that's figured out how to bring a golf course that's 180 acres to a school that's 15. So how do you teach golf? They teach all these other sports,
right.
football, basketball, track, all these things that they spend thousands of dollars on. And I bring a program that's free that they can play their entire lives. Not just, you know, I used to run track, I used to box, I used to do pole vault, I used to do different things.
I
I'm
don't
not doing that anymore.
know.
Not, I don't even want to. So, but I can still be competitive in a sport. But I'm also showing them that golf is a sport that can lead to scholarships and career opportunities. So, especially for young ladies, a lot of times I'll be in class and young ladies have got their nails all done, and I know that's $100. This is not just they painted their nails. This is artwork. And they don't want to play golf because they're going to hurt their nails. I'm sorry. That's the wrong thing. But for girls, just so you know, in the last 5 years, more than 1,000 full ride scholarships to college go unapplied for.
Wow.
Unapplied for. So any parent that's saving up money to put their kids through college, which I say I would never do. If the kids want to go to college, I'll show them how to make money, but I am not giving them the money to go to college. Although I offered my kids that till they're 25. They didn't take me up on it. I said, thank you. Learn the hard way. That's okay by me. So anyway, my kids are my joy right now. I can't say how great it is to have even though we had our little differences, they learned and I learned. So we made adjustments. And the whole point of it is that working with the kids and giving them an opportunity, what I'm trying to do is show them opportunities for scholarships, opportunities for career advancement, and opportunities that they are in control of, which is something that nobody shows these kids. If you want more, you want better, put your devices down, pick up a book, and start reading. And this is not just a book you read, this is a workbook. This is a book that takes you through your entire life. What do you want now? How are you going to go about acquiring what it is that you want? And just knowing what the outcome is that you're working toward.
Yes. And so many young people are not trained or taught this at all. And yet 9 times out of 10, it's probably the parents haven't been trained either. And
That's the problem.
so it's this treadmill of staying in the same place and struggling and not really having the success they could. And yet you talk about throughout your book about pursuing happiness and the difference between success and happiness. So let's talk about that.
Okay, to me, it's simple. Happiness is getting what you want. That's happiness. Success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. So the fact that you're working for something, and I've done it before, which when I got started out, I wanted to have $100,000 when interest rates were 8%. So I would have $100,000 was my goal. And then I would put that in the bank and I would make 8%. And which was a carpenter's pay at that time. I was working as a carpenter. And so I was just going through my life like that. And you constantly look for different things to improve that. And then you find out that really acquiring is not the happiness. That it really comes down to the only thing that makes people or allows us to achieve or acquire happiness is it's always the pursuit of, and that's we get happiness by helping others. That's the only place on earth that you get happiness. You can have a pile of money dumped on you, and I've been very, very, very wealthy before, and I ran a company that had $665 million under my signature. So I've had access to money, but that isn't the point. That quite frankly, I was not happy and I was under a lot of pressure. Yeah. So that didn't really do that for me. And where I'm trying to show people is that you need to get yourself, like I talk about the 7 principles in life. Okay. The first thing is that's the 7 pillars. What do you want as a human being? And if you sit down, like with my book, and you sit down and you start writing out exactly what you want. I'm going to live and then I'm going to die. Now, what is going on in between there?
All between.
That whole thing, the entire capacity of me as long as I'm a breathing human being. What is it that I want? And when I'm dead, what do I want them to put on my tombstone? Oh, he was here and didn't matter. No.
He did not.
No. I mean, I want to actually leave something, so I have plans for what I want and what I'm trying to achieve with my life. And this book is part of it. But the first thing is, what do I want and what do I need? The second thing is, the second pillar is finances. I can't help another person if I am destitute.
Right.
If I can't support me, I cannot support a family. And supporting a family is more than just giving them food, clothing, and shelter. That does not equate support. You have to be able to give them a way to improve and make life on earth better. God wants us as humans to be productive. That's why we're here. It's not just to be happy, it's to pursue happiness and to be a productive human being. So we got to get our personal lives together, then we have to get our finances together, then we have to look at our family. That's the third pillar. And not everybody has a great family. Some bad things happen in families. Okay, that's I I understand that. But family is not only who's related to you by blood, but who's also
Who your
adopted.
family, chosen family.
Yeah, you adopt people and bring them into your family. Anybody that's working as a cohesive unit that is for all the members of the family, and that you get that taken care of, and then you look at, well, what have I got left? That's only three. The fourth one is my physical body. I only get one. And if I don't take care of this, and I'm out drinking too much, which in the past I have. I haven't for 46 years, but I used to drink. I was a social drinker, but I was very social.
Yeah, I like.
so, so, that I just drink when I was out, and then naturally I come home and my kids see me like that, and that finally got to me that isn't going to work, and that's an image that I'm portraying to my family. That's not a good image. So then I look at, okay, what's next? I mean, that's my physical being. Now, what's next? Next thing is my community. Wherever you are, whether it's 3 people on an island, that's a community, or whether it's 2 million people living in a city, that's your community. And you are responsible to be a responsible part of that community. So, like in my own case, I look at being on board of directors. I'm on 3 or 4 boards. I've been on Sun City Rec Centers, different. I'm on one I really like is Peoria Education Foundation, where we help kids, especially kids that succeed against all odds, and that is really an eye opener.
Very important too.
These kids do that. So then that's your community. The next thing is your professional, whether you're a carpenter or whether you're an executive of a Fortune 500 company. You constantly have to improve your education, your background, reading and keeping up with your profession, whether it's classes or reading books. And then the 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 final thing that you're looking at is your relationship with God, and that's really the only purpose of us being here is to get back to our God. And so making sure that those lines of communication are wide open.
Right.
Yes, I know he knows everything we're doing, but does he know that I'm trying to get back to him? So I read a, a prayer every day. It's called the Prayer of Jabez, which is
I know that one. Yeah.
it's just so perfect that it works for me. Oh Lord, enlarge my territory, um, and then you go into his whole words. With thy hand on me, keep me from evil, that I may not cause pain. So that's really what life is about, is that you're trying to enlarge your own territory, which means that you have more to give. And that's whether it's personal, whether it's financial or whatever. So that's really what we're working on and trying to accomplish with this.
You're a remarkable human being, and I've known you for what we've worked together several different times.
Yes.
And the questions that come to my mind: are you willing to be your own best product? Are you you know
That's,
are you willing to invest in relationships? Are you willing to do what it takes, do the thing to get the thing, and really think about the premise of your mind process is how you think, and really take a time to examine what's been written in a very simple. It's not like it's a 20, 5,000 page book. This is very, a workbook that you can sit down and use. I'm going to try to get it use in a way that can put your whole life in order if you were to apply what is read here. And the younger you are, the better. But if you're an elderly person that hasn't done it, time to start right now. You know,
Yes.
and
It's all about now. It's
yeah,
all about now. We just, everybody puts off. And what I try to tell people is most people want money, and even kids, it's obvious. They want money to spend. And money is to work. You either work for money or you get your money to work for you. And that's the financial part. I have the the book itself is like 46 or 47 pages, but the appendixes in here, I've worked with several people that have helped me do this. Some of it's from my own life experience, but it's how you actually go about the financial part and opening up. Now, anybody that buys the book, they get 2 months of free mentoring from me, email, the online mentoring. They just send me an email and I will respond to them. If they write a review, they get 4 months of free mentoring.
how
So,
cool is that? You've
you
had some
know,
really wonderful reviews. Here's a couple of them. Two concepts jumped out at me from this great little workbook: balance and common sense. They are indispensable in every sphere of life, including spirituality. And that came from Ray L. Miller from West Olive Church of Christ. Then there's, in my view, your workbook will be a handy tool for people starting in business and their adult personal life. Writing an epitaph is an excellent tool. I appreciate the opportunity to review this very helpful book. There's just so many reviews, and also on Amazon, the reviews are starting to come in, and you just it's a beautiful thing to know you and really in deep respect for you because of the work that you're doing out there in our world,
oh,
and
thank you.
you're just making such an incredible difference. And so we celebrate with you that at your young age.
Yes. I'm planning for another 20 years. So, uh,
You're 2 years
20 years in about 8 months, to be truthful. I'm going to 108.
108. Well, that's super cool. My mom is just 2 years younger than you are. No, 2 years older than you are. 2 years. So to me, this is a celebration time, that you are serving in the world that you are, in the way that you are. You're making a difference. You're impacting lives, and I think that this is something that if if you're deciding to pick up a book like this, really give some thought as to what you where you want to be. Where do you want to be? And this book is not a hard read. It's something that is very easy to do. So I celebrate alongside you, Tom, and saying thank
Yeah.
you for doing this for our world.
Yeah. So just one last thing. One of the reviews I got, and it hasn't posted yet, but the lady said it was easy for her to understand and implement, and she knows what she's buying for Christmas for her kids, for her older kids. So this it not only is it helping her, this is things she's been trying to impart to her kids, but she didn't have the right words to do it, and they are still spending. And there's 124 trillion dollars that's going to be passed from the the baby boomers to their children over the next 15 years. And generational wealth lasts 3 generations. That's it. So if you don't teach the people under you how to make money work for them, they learn only how to spend. And this is what we want to get away from. We do not need to be, government wants us to be consumers. That's fine as long as we're buying things that generate money back to us, that more than just buy something. People buy a house with a 2-car garage, it gets full, so they have to go to the second house with a 3-car garage, and then they still get that full, and it's stuff that they're buying on their credit cards, usually from China, that doesn't work and isn't any good. They only get the fun of buying it, and they don't get any benefit from it. And that's why the third generation goes from shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves in 3 generations, because people don't read my book.
Well, yes, and it is truly sad because it isn't getting passed on from generation to generation, and all those hard years of work and doing all of that, but accumulating things doesn't really buy happiness either.
No, it just buys you the ability to go to Lock and Store and store your stuff and pay $200 a month for that.
Or do you even have it?
Yeah.
What is that? I don't remember buying that.
And see those things, and I'm not saying people shouldn't buy stuff and have things that make them happy for a time. If sometimes you just want to go buy something, that's okay. But I think instead of buying something, I think contributing to a nonprofit, to go out and do some volunteer work, will make you happier than going out and buying something that's going to take up some space in your house and wind up in your garage. So.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for what you've done in our world. And for those that are listening or will be listening, pick up a copy of this one remarkable book. Take the time, study it, buy it for your kids and your grandkids.
That's it.
Help them to understand that they can make a big difference in our world as well. And thank you. You're a true giver.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.